Welcome on back, everybody. Wild Willy here. I forget what episode it is. I know this is my third episode in a row. I want to say that this is like number 35. And this was the very next attempt, as I can prove to you here. I get my runes back. 220k after beating that dude. Really, the trick was he will teleport over to you right away. So all I did when I went through the doorway is I summoned my spirit summons, I got up my cyclone, and then I just like rolled away from him. And as soon as I got away from him, I was able to pin him in, up against the doorway here, between this pillar and the whatever. And between my summons hitting him and me weapon arting him, he just died. I did heal up once just as a precaution, but didn't even have to refill my FP flask. So let's proceed along. 80,000. I should have to use 240, 260. So I'm guessing 260. So we'll do one more int, faith, and mind. Let's dip into that inventory again. I think 2 of you should work. Let's do yes this time. And let's get our levels. So yeah, that guy might take a few attempts. Third time was a charm for me. 24. 34 up. Gotta be kidding me. I'm 400 short. Well, let's just use a little one. Where are they? There they are. That should be enough. It is. What was I gonna do? One more fate. All right, I'm not mathing. I am not mathing, kids. Apologies. Any of you guys not like super big? One of those should work. Hopefully you've been following along with the series. This is my Spirit Stormcaller build. The best attributes of 2 Int and Faith spellcaster classes, the Stormcaller and the Necromancer. Been kind of rocking a little bit back and forth between Necromancer summoning. We have the Rancor Fist, which is a fist weapon that's part of the Necromancer class. And then I've been using my Stormcaller abilities. My new favorite spell in the game is the Cyclone, because it's just a AoE that follows me. It doesn't do a ton of damage, but are you coming or you're not out? So let's summon you. What? Did you not come out? There he is. Okay. So let's get ready to... That's the way out. That's Cyclone. Get ready to see what the changes are in here. So let's put that up. Start sniffing for enemies. There's one now. Anyone else? You're coming? Can I chip anyone else? Hopefully my summons will teleport over to me. Still not locking on to anything. There he is. Sorry, buddy, I didn't know I was murdering you. Looks like you're an NPC, though. Imprisoned merchant spellbearing. Okay, so I aggroed him with my flame spell. Or my wind spell. Got one of you. Y'all would do a lot better if you tried to come over and, like, kill me. Okay, so that... What the hell was that? Were we down there? Oh, there's loot and there's something down there? Well, let's wait for our HP to regen before I do something really stupid. I know that path, and there's definitely loot down there. I think the play is going to be to drop down, activate Cyclone, move to the right to drop down on those gravestones. And then run. No, no, no. Oh, shit. Because I feel like a bunch of shambling corpses are going to come up out of here. Oh, who are you? Off of chip damage from you guys without wasting too much FP. So I want to see what's through that doorway. Now let's just go back to this. The Sanguine Noble set. Alright, so that's nothing. Didn't know if that was a path or not. Bought ourselves a Sanguine Noble. And this should just be kind of cycling back through shit that we already killed. So that was the right-hand path that I could have taken, and then this is the left-hand path. My lantern on? It was not. Thought it looked a little dark. And usually there's one little area that's tucked off over here to the left that they kind of have blocked off now. All right, and then there's another Grace. Oh, I did forget to go see how many runes are we sitting on. Nothing. I did go back. I did forget to go to the Sanctuary of Lost Knowledge. Let's just take a peek up here. See what bullshit awaits us right before Mohg. Looks fairly standard. Let's do this. Let's us clear these clowns out. And then alright, there's the noble. Definitely need to kill him. Oh shit. Yeah, you're dead, buddy. And then I can just go back to putting this up, help out my buddy. Anyone else? All right, that refilled all the flasks. Seeker Night Home. Okay, that's part of lettuce then. Let me just double check for any more loot. And then I do want to go back to the round table before we tackle Mohg. I have a sneaking suspicion that Mohg is going to be right on top of us from the outset. No, like, ooh, you have 5 minutes to buff yourself up. And I know that there was a drop down over here that you used to be able to get like over there to some loot, and I don't see it. Like normally there was like a golden seed right down there, but I don't feel like risking that. All right, we got an ancient somber. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna risk that. All right, so let me take a break for a second. I want to go get a drink, and then we'll go back to the round table, and then we will fight Mohg. All right, back from my break and back at the round table. Just a quick run through. This is how you get to the Sanctuary of Lost Knowledge again. If you're ever unclear about something, want a refresher on something that is changed from the Convergence mod, by the Convergence mod compared to the base game. And then you can go either direction. You're gonna spawn in back there, run up towards the fog gate. That's just how you proceed. You can either turn either direction and then double back on yourself towards the room with the tree. If you're ever not sure where to go next, and you want to find out who the next keystone bearer is, and then you should have been right here. Where's the owl? The owl should be sitting right here. Bro, where's my owl? All right, and he should tell you where your next keystone holder is. He moved. Swear to God, he was not there last time. Might have to go and find him. Anyway, the next keystone, third keystone, defeat one of the following: Lich Dragon Fortisax in Deep-Root Depths, Dragon Lord Placidusax in Crumbling Farum Azula, Mohg Lord of Blood in Mohgwyn's Dynasty Palace, Melania Blade of Mikola at the root of the Hallowed Tree, the Vessel of Rot in the Lake of Rot. Okay, so we have a bunch of different choices there. Obviously, we are about to go fight Mohg. But then also, the Hallowed Tree has been reworked. The Vessel of Rot is a new boss that you would fight. Down here, there's like a new boss arena that you would go to fight it, I believe. Who else did they say? Lich Dragon Fortisax, a Deep-Root Depths. I might have to go back there anyway, because that's where the Radiant Rune of Necromancy is. So if I want my final Necromancy spells, I'm gonna have to make my way down to Deep-Root Depths. And this has been turned into basically into a legacy dungeon to fight your way through. And it's like a mini boss over here where you fight to get the Radiant Rune, and then like right here, and then you would fight Placidusax there for the third keystone. But we're gonna get that from Mohg. Let's see, we want to go back here. So we killed you. Dynasty Mausoleum midpoint. That's where we want to go. And like I said, I wrongly suspect that he is going to be right on top of me when I go through that fog gate. So I think the plan is going to be to go in, dodge his bullshit, summon, then I want to get the suffocate debuff on him. Once my summon draws aggro. Oh shit. One more thing I gotta do. So if you were watching, I don't know if it was earlier in this episode or the last episode, the Blood Fiends. I'm rocking complete garbage right there. This isn't gonna hurt at all to get rid of this. That would have been nice. I'm putting this in my flask. Because let's just make sure I'm not. Not debuffing myself. All right, now I need to send him away. Because the Blood Fiends will do like a mini version of Nihil. And that shit still hurt, even though I have the talisman that confers immunity to bleed. So Nihil, I suspect, is still gonna hurt. And then same as the base game, I forget what loot we got over there. It was probably an Ancient Somber, which is also nice. Get stuff to +10, and then you can go to the DLC and get Shadow Sombers and get stuff up potentially to +15. So anyway, let me go to my flask. I'm gonna do all my buffing up before I go in there, because like I said, I expect him to just be on my shit the minute I go through the door. And I'm gonna switch to my healing flask. What did I want to do? I guess I can do rally because it's in order. And then I want to go to suffocate. All right, well, maybe we'll start at that. Shit. All right, so like I said, pancake right off the start. Let me get the hell out of the way. Try to get suffocate off. Not locked on. Shit.
Is mine.
Okay, so yeah, that went badly. Like I said, I did expect them to be right on my ass right when I started, so that's not a surprise. All right, so now we have the fog gate. We're not gonna mess. I'm not gonna mess with suffocate anymore. What happens if I summon? Debuff. Okay, that's less than ideal. Oh, I gotta do that first. Now my stuff will start to regen. Oh, and I have that on. Okay. All right, that's fine for now. I want to take off the Blessed Blue Dew Talisman and switch to the one that reduces the cost of my weapon art, because I'm just going to be banning my weapon art. So I think new plan is I'm going to go through and I'm going to hit Cyclone, so I start staggering him. Then I'm going to try and pull out my summons. Then I'm going to change to my fisty weapon and start doing my weapon art. Okay, so... Oh shit, and I got to get rid of you. That would have been bad. Okay, so... Fog gate. Summon. Summon. Dodge, dodge, dodge. Oh, and I did not drink my physics. Jesus. the hell out of there. Okay, that was dumb. How am I doing on damage? Ooh, he's still got that reach. Get the hell out of there. Alright, he's got frostbite on him. Refill. Alright, here comes Nihil. Hopefully I can just trade with him. Stay out of the stuff. Weapon arc goes up. Let me just not die. Oh shit! It's tracking me. Alright, now he should be dead. Shit! Alright, I cannot do anything. I did at least do that. Alright. So, how much did I get? 554,000. Mohg's Great Rune. Shining Relic Remnant. Third Keystone of the Forge. Remembrance of the Blood Lord. And a map of the Underworld. Did I have any runes when I came in here? Probably like, okay, 33,000. Not nothing, but not a lot. Alright, so let's touch the grace here. We're going to turn in the map. Get some levels, turn in the map, talk to Letta. This will get us properly into the DLC. Alright, so what? One more point in mind. One more there, one more there, one more there, one more there. And I can do one more. What am I getting the vigor from? Normally I just have 40. Maybe from my flask? I don't know. Alright. Did I just cancel everything? I did not. Alright, let's see where I'm at. 40, 25, 20, 20, 18, 44, 44. Alright, so I'm one away from my goal of being at 45 and 45. I can pick up one more level here. Put it into int. We'll get faith next. Wonder why Letta's not showing up, or does she just not? Touch the withered arm. Why not? Let's go. Just gonna run out and grab the grace. I don't feel like I've gotten this one. So here we are in the DLC, and more importantly, I've killed Radon and I've killed Mohg, so now I can access the Shadow Keep. I can also access, what's his face down here? The Putrescent Knight. At the bottom of the Stone Coffin Fissure. Those areas would be blocked off if you haven't killed Mohg and Radon. So now I can do all this stuff, which is nice. You can access other places, like I killed the Divine Bird Warrior through the teleporter network, so I could have access to the Rao Ancient Ruins anyway. And I've already obviously been here and been doing some stuff. But now I can kind of proceed through just like I normally would. This is where I came in. I killed the little spider scorpion. So anyway, let's go back to the round table. I have like more remembrance stuff to look at and a map to turn in. So remembrance is going to be right up here. Nihil, 38 arcane. Conjure the Sacred Dynastic Trident and pierce the formless veil, instantly dealing damage and bleeding. Alright, that might be good for, I mean, obviously for any sort of bleed. Faith Arcane. I'm working on, what did I call it? The Oracle of the Mist, which is kind of a mix between the Mystic and the Perfumer. That's also a Faith Arcane type of build. Then we have all that. So yeah, just standard stuff there. Any equipment? Queen's Crescent. Oh, is that Renala? Yeah, alright. So I was like, why does that look different? Because I'm just not used to looking at any of her stuff. Alright, so 2 ways. You could go over there, jump off the balcony, and go down here to the right through the open doorway past the testing dummy, which would bring you in here. There's our testing dummy. Or you just run down the stairs past Fugue, give map, Underworld, and now let's take a look. Oops. Take a look at our map. See what we can see. So Gorus, that's the bear, rune bear enemy. Irna, Night Mistress, that's where you would, like, if you fought your way up, like, Night Sacred Ground or whatever, if you were, like, going to get the Finger Slayer blade in here as part of Ronnie's quest line, this is where, like, the giant troll would spawn in. It's now Fogwald, and you have this boss, because, like, this is, like, a whole separate dungeon area from all of this. And then we have the Dragonkin Soldier in place of the Gargoyle duo. Yay. And then Spirit Shaper Aymar. That's lovely. And I've kind of done some of this stuff. It'd be the one other boss, the Regal Ancestor Spirit. Right. Okay, so that's that. We've killed everybody here. Blood Flame Dragon. Lovely. Okay. What other stuff we got? Did we kill Estelle? Beginning of the last episode. Scion of the Sealed God. Okay, so that is different. And then the Dragonkin Soldier. I wonder where the other blood dude is. I killed that one. Killed her to access the zone. And what do we got over here? Ulcerated Tree Spirit. Blighted Nox Ancestor. That is the other Necromancer dude where I get my other spell. A Lead Knight of Godwyn. That's different. That used to be like a Dragonkin. Crucible Knight. And then Lich Dragon Fortisax. I'm definitely going to have to take out the Ulcerated Tree Spirit and get myself into this zone so I can get my Radiant Rune of Necromancy in a future episode. What else? Might be that the other dude is like in the Howig Tree. The next boss? I'm not sure. Haven't visited the Howig Tree at all. I know you can get there from beating the Clean Rot Knight in the abandoned cave. There's a teleporter, and there used to be, I don't know if it's still there, if you went to Windmill Village and went up and beat the Godskin Apostle, Skinny. There was another teleporter there, so might check that out. Anyway, gonna wrap up my episode here. Thanks everybody who joined me, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.